Absolutely.
How do you deal with auditioning? Because I know that it can be really stressful. I mean, you go basically in a room in front of people and you let them judge you, which is
Absolutely.
what a lot of
Yeah.
artists are trying not to do.
Yes.
And how do you do with that? And how do you do with also the rejections that come naturally with the fact that you audition quite a lot?
Yeah, I at the start I found it so hard because it's such new territory, and um as you said, you go into a room and people are judging you. But what I always try think is, these guys have a job. They have a criteria that they need to fit. So sometimes you're not going to fit that, and you just have to accept that. You know, they don't know you till they've called you in the room. They will set out a routine. They will give you a song to sing. They'll give you script. If it's not right, it's not right. You have to accept that when you're an artist, you are opening yourself up to opinions.
Mm-hmm.
And you might be right for one person, but you might not be for another. A lot of the time, if they're big scale stuff, you have a lot of people to please. Could be 12 people to please, you know? So if one of them doesn't like you, or one of them doesn't see you playing the role, or doesn't like what you do, you just have to accept, well, that's their opinion, and move on from it. I think the best advice is, when you have an audition, get up a bit earlier than you usually would, and, have a nice breakfast, eat some good food, put yourself in a good position to do well. Do you know what I mean? Because stress will limit how well you're going to do. And it's like, when someone says writer's block, like, you never want to give yourself that. And as a performer, I found if I go in stressed, I'm not capable of what I can do. So I think it's important to get up, get yourself going, whether that's like do some yoga, meditate, stretch, or, but also for performers, I would always say be warmed up, whether that's vocally or your body, because you're not shown the best of what you can do if you're not ready. So always be ready. And for anything you do, prepare. Because I think if you go into an audition and you're not prepared, they'll see that. And it's not the best representation of you. And I think in an audition, you're a product.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to sell that product. Businessmen, they're trained in this. They can sell themselves. They can sell their company. They can sell, a product. And that's what you are when you're an artist. You're a product. So if you're not a confident speaker, you are gonna have to find ways of getting over that as well, because you go into a monologue, everyone can do it, but it's the few that are able to sell it more. It's the one that can show some personality and be like, oh, I want to work with them. So I think, remember, you're a product, and put yourself in the best steed for the day.